We support the Real News Network because we want to have independent journalism. And in a democracy, there's nothing more important than the free flow of information. Please join with us and help support the Real News Network.
South African state lawyers launched an appeal against the dismissal of corruption charges against controversial ANC leader Jacob Zuma on Friday. Zuma was facing a charge of racketeering, 4 charges of corruption, a charge of money laundering, and 12 charges of fraud, stemming from a controversial $5 billion 1999 arms deal. South Africa's National Prosecuting Authority, the NPA, is seeking to have a High Court ruling from September 12th overturned on appeal. In that ruling, the judge ruled that the NPA's decision to charge Zuma was unlawful because he had not been allowed to make representations to the National Director of Public Prosecutions before he was charged. The judge accused former South African President Thabo Mbeki's government of interfering in the case for political reasons. Mbeki denied any political interference, but lost an appeal against that part of the judgment earlier this month. The appeal once again brings into focus the schism that still exists between ANC rivals Jacob Zuma and former South African President Thabo Mbeki. Mbeki is expected to argue why he should be allowed to intervene in the battle between the NPA and Zuma, or be admitted to the legal fray as a friend of the court. Ousted from the leadership of the ANC, Mbeki is expected to challenge the judge's inferences of political meddling against him, which he claims led the ANC to recall him from his position as president of the country. Exiting the court on Friday, Zuma appeared before his supporters.
The bench said they will give the judgment of what transpired today, January 12th. On the 12th of January, we'll then hear what are the final results.
Donate today and receive a new documentary film available to members of the Real News Network. The History of the National Security State with legendary author Gore Vidal. Bonus features of the DVD include an in-depth response to Vidal from ex-CIA analyst Ray McGovern, who served under 7 U.S. presidents, an exclusive interview with Colin Powell's former Chief of Staff Larry Wilkerson, and an insightful interview with oil policy analyst Antonia Juhas.
The news magazine of the screen. Living glimpses of history in the making.
Hollywood and Washington is a symbiotic relationship. They both deal with illusions. Reality doesn't often play much of a part. I think I saw through the myth of the Cold War almost from the beginning. I was a Washington political kid from a political family. Roosevelt first had radio because he had this great speaking voice and everyone liked to hear. Truman proceeded to break every arrangement that Roosevelt had set up for a peaceful coexistence. And Truman thought that it would be a good idea. Why not just stay armed all the time? And then he devised the national security state. You've got to go up and swear allegiance to the United States or else you're a commie. I mean, we had imported fascism. We get Dwight Eisenhower, who said that we have this great military industrial complex. It is a dangerous thing. And he said this is going to change everything. And the way our country is governed is going to change us politically. Along comes Jack Kennedy, who wanted to make his mark, believed in the Cold War. But he said, in this kind of politics, it is the appearance of things that matters. I think everybody should take a sober look at the world about us. The national security state still exists, only it isn't communism anymore, it's terrorism. This is the most serious thing that has happened in the history of the United States. Knowledge is power. We need an honest news system.
We need the real news.
This is the sort of thing we can build right now without anyone else's permission from the government or from the business community. It's the power's in our hands.
If we're not going to sleepwalk into more wars, we think we need to start with a television news network that won't bow to pressure and has the courage to seek facts. And that means independent economics. And that's why we need you.
Make a tax-deductible donation now of at least $10 a month or a one-time give of at least $75. As a thank you for your support, we will send you the new documentary film, The History of the National Security State.